Is that Jeff
Jeff
Bezos'
Bezos'
wife?
ex-wife.
She got remarried and
I
now
had a
she's
bit about it
divorced?
that I had to bail on the bit. Not even mean. It's not mean. The bit is that a woman worth she won $39 billion in the divorce settlement. So the bit was about a woman worth $39 billion marrying a dude worth $3,200.
What happens when Joe Rogan and Elon Musk, two men who usually talk rockets, AI, and psychedelic theories suddenly drop a name that makes the room go still? Not a tech CEO, not a billionaire rival, but her, Lauren Sanchez, the woman behind Jeff Bezos, or if you believe what Joe and Elon hinted at the woman above him. In a moment that was equal parts awkward and electric, the conversation flipped. No more AI talk, no more Mars missions, just a chilling question. Who's really in control of the Bezos empire? Because behind the yachts, the muscles, the red carpets, and the $500 million love story is a strategist so precise, even Musk looked impressed and a little cautious. This wasn't a podcast. It was a warning. And if you think you know the full story about Bezos and his wife, think again. What you're about to hear might change how you see every billionaire romance from now on. In the surface, Lauren Sanchez is exactly what the media wants you to see: glamorous, charming, always camera ready. A former TV anchor turned helicopter pilot turned the most watched fiancé in tech history. She walks red carpets with ease, flashes a perfect smile beside Bezos, and seems to live in a world built for magazine covers. But that's not what Elon and Joe were looking at. Because behind every staged photo, every yacht appearance, and every exclusive event, there's a woman who didn't just land in the billionaire circle by chance. She navigated into it with purpose. Joe Rogan didn't describe her as a celebrity. He called her a climber, and not in a petty way. This wasn't an insult. It was a warning, and Elon, he didn't laugh. He smirked like someone who's seen this game before and knows how dangerous it can get. Sanchez didn't just attach herself to Bezos after his high-profile divorce. She inserted herself into his world, his business, his branding, even his space program. This isn't the story of a woman who fell in love with a tech mogul. It's the story of a woman who saw an empire and became a co-pilot, and what comes next in their podcast, that's when it starts to get uncomfortable. It started like any other Joe Rogan episode: cigars lit, whiskey poured, a casual spiral into AI, space travel, and what if scenarios. But then, almost out of nowhere, Joe shifts the energy. He leans in and says something that makes Elon blink twice. You ever wonder who's really pulling the strings on Bezos? For a second, Elon's face doesn't move. Then just a flash, he chuckles, but not the confident kind. It's the kind of laugh you let out when someone says out loud what you've only whispered. And Rogan? He doubles down. He doesn't mention Lauren Sanchez by name. But he doesn't have to. He refers to certain women who don't just support billionaires. They steer them. Joe calls it the silent power dynamic, a force behind the throne that doesn't need a title because she already owns the man. And that's when Elon gives a look, not scared, not shocked, but calculating. He leans back, smirks, and mutters, "Let's just say, she's not just flying helicopters." Translation? She's piloting something way bigger. Jeff Bezos' entire second act. And if Musk, who rarely plays cautious, is holding his tongue, that's not gossip, that's strategy. Right after Jeff Bezos finalized the most expensive divorce in history, nearly $40 billion gone overnight, people expected him to lay low, heal, rebuild, focus on Amazon. But instead, he came back louder, flashier, different. The soft-spoken bookworm billionaire who once stuttered through earnings calls was suddenly jacked, tan, partying on yachts with celebrities, and who was always at his side? Lauren Sanchez. She didn't just show up in his life. She became his public transformation strategy stylist. Lauren picked them, PR spin, her connections. The leaked paparazzi shots from St. Bart's? All perfectly timed, and when Bezos made his first space launch, Lauren wasn't just clapping in the crowd. She was on the tarmac, suited up in aviation gear, coordinating the optics, turning it into a made-for-TV moment. This wasn't romance, it was a rebrand, and Elon, he's seen this before. He's been inside billion-dollar image overhauls. He knows the signs. That's why, during that podcast moment when Joe teased that Bezos wasn't the one calling all the shots anymore, Elon didn't argue. He just smiled like a man watching a slow-motion crash he already predicted. Because the question isn't, who is Lauren Sanchez? It's, how far is she willing to go now that she's inside the throne room? And that answer, it came just days after that episode dropped. It started with whispers, a mysterious meeting in Los Angeles. No Bezos, no Amazon execs. Just Lauren, flanked by her own team, walking into a high-security room filled with Hollywood producers and media consultants. What were they discussing? A massive documentary deal centered around her. Her aviation journey, her rise, her love story with Bezos, the problem. None of it was approved by Jeff's team, not even mentioned in internal calendars. And when Bezos' comms director caught wind of it and tried to intervene, they were suddenly reassigned. Quietly, that's when Bezos reportedly lost it behind closed doors. Sources say there was a 48-hour freeze on all Lauren-related projects. No interviews, no branding deals, no Instagram pushes. But Lauren, she didn't blink. Instead, she flew solo to a UN Women's Leadership event where she introduced herself not just as Jeff's partner, but as a visionary leader in aerospace, innovation, and media independence. Media independence? That wasn't just a title, that was a message. And Elon? When he heard about it, he dropped one line on X, "Power doesn't whisper. It replaces." No context, no names, but followers knew exactly who he meant because now, this wasn't just Bezos and Lauren. This was Bezos versus Lauren, and the public wasn't ready for what came next. It was just one message, a screenshot. Grainy, late at night, dropped into a private Discord server known for celebrity leaks. No sender name, no recipient, but the message, "If he tries to silence me, I'll go nuclear. I have everything." Within minutes, Reddit threads lit up. Was it Lauren? Was it a bluff? Or was this about Jeff Bezos? And then, the real bombshell, someone cross-referenced the phone's background from the screenshot. And it matched a photo Lauren had posted weeks earlier from inside her private jet. That's when everything escalated. A leaked NDA surfaced, allegedly signed between Bezos' legal team and a major streaming platform. The NDA banned any unauthorized documentary material on Bezos, Amazon, or Blue Origin for 10 years, but Lauren's name, it was scrubbed from the doc completely, as if she never agreed to it. So who leaked it? Theories flew. Some said it was Elon stirring the pot. Others claimed Rogan's team had access, but insiders believe it came from within Bezos' own circle, a silent warning because suddenly, Lauren's media deals began falling apart, her team went dark, and Bezos? He was spotted leaving a Manhattan law firm surrounded by four bodyguards, looking shaken. Then came the word no one expected. Divorce attorneys, not just a breakup. Not just a fallout, a potential $5 billion lawsuit involving stock, private equity, and control over Blue Origin's future narrative. And just like that, what began as a quiet power play between lovers turned into a high-stakes war with billion-dollar consequences. Jeff Bezos isn't the type to go down quietly, and this time, he didn't just lawyer up, he weaponized his empire. First, Amazon's PR machine went into overdrive, planting flattering stories about Bezos' philanthropy, space exploration vision, and deep love for Lauren. Then, Blue Origin launched a surprise media partnership with a streaming giant, one that had just cut ties with a company Lauren was negotiating with. Coincidence? Not a chance, but here's where it gets icy cold. Lauren's brother, who once leaked their texts during the National Enquirer scandal, suddenly re-emerged, and this time, He wasn't defending her. He claimed Lauren had more dirt on Bezos than the public could ever handle, said she kept emotional insurance, and that's when Elon Musk stepped in again on a late-night X Spaces. Elon didn't name names, but he said this: "You can build rockets, buy tabloids, and rewrite your Wikipedia page. But you can't buy authenticity. People know who's real and who's playing house." It wasn't just a jab. It was a declaration of war. Within 24 hours, Elon retweeted a meme of Bezos holding a leash and Lauren walking ahead in a power suit. Caption: "Who's really steering the rocket?" Millions saw it. Bezos didn't respond publicly, but behind the scenes, his lawyers filed a preliminary injunction to block any unauthorized AI deepfakes, podcast clips, or memes involving his name. Yes, memes. Because Bezos knows the game isn't just legal now, it's public perception, and Musk just flipped the script. And as for Lauren, she's vanished from the public eye. No Instagram posts, no pap shots. Her friends say she's reconsidering everything, but one thing's for sure, this isn't just personal anymore. It's tech versus tech. Rocket versus rocket, ego versus ego. And the next move could shake the billionaire world to its core. What started as private beef has now entered dangerous legal territory. And yes, it's going public. Sources inside the Los Angeles Superior Court confirm a $5 billion defamation and interference lawsuit is being quietly drafted, allegedly with Jeff Bezos' name on it. The target? Elon Musk and possibly Joe Rogan. Why Rogan? Because according to Bezos' legal team, that viral podcast where Elon hinted Lauren was a ticking PR time bomb didn't just hurt reputations. It directly impacted business deals Lauren was closing for Blue Origin's media expansion, one of those deals. A streaming contract that vanished overnight after the podcast aired. So now, Rogan's being treated as a material witness. And court insiders say a subpoena has already been issued with a demand to turn over unedited podcast audio, prep notes, and all comms with Musk before and after the episode. Rogan's response? Crickets, but insiders say he's furious and considering going public to protect his podcast's integrity. Meanwhile, the courtroom drama is leaking like wildfire. Paparazzi have snapped photos of Lauren Sanchez outside a law office in Beverly Hills, clutching legal folders and wearing sunglasses big enough to hide a meltdown. Bezos, he's reportedly flown in his personal crisis attorney, the same guy who handled Bill Gates' divorce fallout. This isn't just damage control anymore. It's about winning the narrative before someone loses billions, and just when everyone thought it couldn't get uglier. A mysterious clip surfaces on X, allegedly showing Lauren in a private Zoom call, bad-mouthing Bezos to a business partner. Her team says it's AI. Elon fans say, too late. She said what she said as lines are drawn and lawyers circle like vultures. One thing is clear, this isn't just a courtroom case. It's a tech civil war, and the entire world is now watching. Just when it looked like Jeff Bezos had everything under control, the narrative. The lawyers, even Joe Rogan on the defensive. Lauren Sanchez made a move that flipped the entire board in a breaking Instagram live. Yes, live. Not a press release. Lauren appeared solo, no makeup, no filters, sitting in what looked like a private jet hangar. And what she said, "I'm not a puppet. I'm not a pawn in a billionaire ego match, and I'm done being quiet." She didn't just clap back, she named names, exposed emotional manipulation, and claimed she had proof that both Elon and Jeff had used her in a behind-the-scenes chess game for control of future aerospace media dominance. Then came the real bombshell. Lauren revealed that she secretly recorded conversations with both Bezos and key Blue Origin executives, conversations where Jeff allegedly expressed doubts about Lauren's public image and even called her a temporary media strategy. Yes, temporary. Suddenly, the internet turned Team Bezos. Cracking. Joe Rogan. Quiet. Elon Musk just posted a meme of popcorn and a rocket. No caption. But wait, it gets wilder. Lauren ended the live with this: "I've already signed with a new media partner. One who doesn't need me to play quiet girlfriend. I'm producing my own series. And the first episode is called The Billionaire's Girlfriend. Title drop." Mic drop. jet engines in the background, and just like that, the woman everyone thought was falling apart stood up, flipped the script, and launched her own empire. Now the question isn't, whose side is she on? It's, who's going to survive her next move? Because in this billionaire battlefield, sometimes the most underestimated player is the one who's been filming everything all along. So what did we just witness? A billionaire breakup that spiraled into a media firestorm, a podcast that accidentally opened Pandora's box, and a woman who everyone thought was just along for the ride, turning out to be the driver all along. Elon Musk exposed Jeff Bezos, Joe Rogan fanned the flames. But it was Sanchez who turned the camera on everyone. Secrets were spilled, loyalty shattered, and somewhere behind the scenes, another documentary is already in production, because this isn't just about gossip. It's about power, it's about control, and it's about who owns the narrative when the richest men in the world start losing grip. So, what's next? Bezos is silent, Elon is smirking, and Lauren? She's rolling. This billionaire soap opera? Far from over. And if you think this was the last twist, think again.